Welcome to this computer mathematics lesson, and we're going to be looking at number systems. My name's Sonda William Wright. Now, the purpose of this tutorial is to introduce the various binary concepts as a frame of reference for further study in the succeeding computer mathematics lesson. Now, on completion of this lesson, you will be able to describe different number systems, identify decimal, binary, and other number systems, explain different number systems with examples. Now, what is number system? Now, a number system is a set of symbols used to represent values derived from a common base or a radix. Now, for you to get sense from this definition, you need to also understand what the base or what a radix is. So, in a positional numeral system, the base or the radix is the number of unique digits, including the digit 0, used to represent numbers. For example, for a decimal system, which we're going to look at later on, and is the most common system used today, the radix or the base is 10, and this is simply because it uses 10 digits, which moves from 0 through to 9. Now, in any standard positional numeral system, the number is conventionally written as x to with a subscript of y. Now, with x as a string of digits and y as its base. Although for base 10 the subscript is usually omitted, and it is the most common way because it is the most common way to express a value. So let's take for example 10 or 100 with a base of 10 is equivalent to 100. Okay, that is how we write it because we omit the base 10 there. Well, the same number with a base of 2 in binary system of base 2 changes and it becomes number 4, which we're going to discuss this in the next lessons that we're going to have. Now, the magnitude of a number can be considered using a number of parameters. We're going to look at 4 parameters which we're going to try and discuss, and then we see how these come in handy in our number systems. So the first one will be the absolute value, then we have the place value or the positional value, we have the total value, we're going to have the base value. Now, the absolute value is the magnitude of a digit in a number. For example, the digit 4 in 2843 has an absolute value of 4 according to its number line. The absolute value of a number means the distance from 0, and when we have, let's say for example, -5 is 5 units away from 0. So the absolute value of that -5 becomes 5. Now, since you cannot have a negative distance, it is also possible that we are going to always have a positive absolute value. The next one is the place value or the positional value. The place value of a digit is the number in a number refers to the position or to the position of a digit in that number. This is where we're going to be talking about tens, ones, hundreds, thousands, and so on and so forth. Now, the place value of each digit in a number is the value of each digit in that number. For example, 5 in 350 represents 5 tenths, or simply 50. Now, 5 in 5006 represents 5 thousandths, or 5,000 as written on our slide here. It is important that students understand that whilst a digit can be the same. Its value depends on where it is in that number. Let's take, for example, we have a question here. What is the place value of digit 4 in the number 58,439? So we have a table here just to give us a simple illustration. So we have this column here which is having the digits that we just read. Then we have the next column here which is having the place values. So if you check the place values here, we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then 10,000s. So we're saying the place value of the digit 4 is hundreds. The next one that we'll look at is the total value. Now, the total value is the number of product of a digit and its place value. Any counting number, usually, let's say we count from 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9, has a word that suggests its position. And that word can either be tens, ones, hundreds, thousands, and so on. So these words denote the place value of a digit. Now, example number 2 is, what is the total value of a digit 7 in a number 94,372? Now, we have a table again here we have got which has 2 columns. The first column here is the digit, okay, where we have the digits that we have in our example there, and then the next column has the total values. So 7 is here, and we're saying the total value there is what? Is 70. Therefore, the total value of digit 7 is 70. Now, the place value will suggest a word, while the total value will suggest a figure. So we have to really understand these two terms. So each time we're talking about the place value, then what should come into our mind is a word. So those are tens, hundreds, ones, thousands. But each time we come to a total value, it is a figure that will be coming out. So the figures would be a 70 or 100 or 800 or 8,000 and so on and so forth. So there we have them. So we have the first table here is describing a place value, while the second table there is describing the total value. Now, the last one that we have is what we call the base value. The base value is the number of a number, also known as the radix, depends on the type of number system that is being used. The value of any number depends on the radix. For example, the number 100 base 10 may not be equivalent to 100 in base 2. So, the base value of a number system is the number of different values a set has before repeating itself. For example, decimal has a base of 10 values, which is from 0 to 9. Binary has 2, from 0 to 1. Octal has 8, from 0 to 7. And decimal has 10, like we earlier on said, from 0 to 9. Now, this brings us to the end of our first tutorial, and I hope it was clear. Now, in our next tutorial, we are going to look at the different types of number systems that exist. So we're going to focus on 4 main ones, which will be the decimal number system. Then we'll look at the binary number system, the octal number system, and we're going to end with the hexadecimal number system. Thank you so much for watching. Join me in the next tutorial.